There are places on Earth so strange that they look like they belong on another planet. Far out in the Arabian Sea, isolated from the rest of the world for millions of years, lies an island called Socotra. At first glance, it feels less like a real place and more like a scene from a science fiction movie. Towering cliffs, barren mountains, and landscapes filled with life forms found almost nowhere else on Earth. Scientists often refer to Socotra as the Galápagos of the Indian Ocean because nearly a third of its plant species exist nowhere else on the planet. But among all of its natural wonders, one species stands above the rest. A tree with an enormous umbrella-shaped crown. A tree so unusual that many people think it looks CGI generated. And when its bark is cut, it releases a deep red resin that has earned it a legendary name. Dragon's blood. This is the story of the dragon blood tree. If you're fascinated by the mysteries of our world, consider subscribing to The Wonders. And stay with us, because this is where the story begins. For thousands of years, people have looked at the dragon blood tree and wondered if it truly belongs on Earth. Its unusual shape isn't just for appearance. In fact, every part of this tree has evolved to survive one of the harshest environments on the planet. Socotra receives very little rainfall. Temperatures can be extreme, and water is often scarce. To survive these conditions, the dragon blood tree developed its iconic umbrella-shaped canopy. This dense crown provides shade for the trunk and roots below and also helps reduce water loss by protecting the tree from intense sunlight. Scientists believe this unique shape helps create a cooler, more humid microclimate beneath the canopy. In an environment where every drop of water matters, this adaptation can mean the difference between survival and death. But perhaps the tree's most famous feature lies beneath its bark. When the bark is damaged, the tree produces a dark red resin known as dragon's blood. For centuries, this crimson substance fueled myths and legends. Ancient civilizations traded it across continents, believing it possessed powerful properties. It was used as a dye, a varnish, traditional medicine, and even as a pigment in art. Its deep red color was so striking that people once believed it was the blood of dragons, giving the tree the legendary name it still carries today. Yet the dragon blood tree is more than just a biological curiosity. It is also a symbol of Socotra's extraordinary isolation. Separated from mainland Africa and Arabia for millions of years, Socotra became a natural laboratory of evolution. Plants and animals evolved independently, adapting to conditions found almost nowhere else on Earth. As a result, a large number of species here exist nowhere else. The dragon blood tree stands as one of the most iconic examples of this evolutionary journey. Its strange appearance, unique adaptations, and ancient origins making it one of the most recognizable trees on the planet. But despite its resilience, the future of this species is far from certain. Researchers have found that while many mature dragon blood trees are still standing, far fewer young trees are surviving to replace them. Climate change is altering rainfall patterns across the island. Extended droughts make it increasingly difficult for seedlings to survive. In some areas, grazing animals also destroy young shoots before they can grow into mature trees. The result is a concerning reality. Many of the ancient trees we see today may be far older than they look, and new generations are not growing fast enough to replace them. If this continues, future generations may experience a very different Socotra. For now, however, these extraordinary trees still stand across the island's rugged mountains, massive crowns reaching toward the sky like giant living umbrellas. They remind us that even on a planet we think we know so well, nature can still create something that feels completely alien. A tree that looks impossible. A tree that seems otherworldly. A tree found almost nowhere else on Earth. The dragon blood tree of Socotra. And just like that, Socotra fades behind us. But it doesn't really feel like leaving, because places like this don't stay in the past. They stay in your mind. An island that looks like it was painted on another planet, where dragon blood trees rise like living sculptures, and silence feels older than history itself. Socotra isn't just a destination. It's a reminder that Earth still holds corners that are untouched, unexplained, and unforgettable. So the question is not, where is Socotra? It's, how many other worlds are still hiding in plain sight? We will keep searching for them. We will keep bringing them to you. See you in the next wonder.